So, a round of applause for our judges, please. A round of applause for our judges. It's not easy to sit down and listen to what you think is relevant and what you think is irrelevant, and then make sense out of it. Right now. All right. So you can, that sample that you just showed us, for those listening online that might not have an idea of what you're talking about, you could post it on the Youth in Business group. So they see a sample of what you just made mention of. So we'll move on to the final stage, which is the last panel discussion. For our moderators, we have Sharon Isaac. Okay, she's busy collating right now. And then we have Gabriel Austin. A round of applause for our moderator, please. Okay. So, this discussion, we are going to combine two topics here. And we just have about 25 minutes to run through this discussion. So, it is beyond employment, creating multiple streams of income through business, investment, and skills. And also from idea to impact, developing these businesses that solve problems and create wealth. Do I need to go over it again? Okay. So, beyond employment, creating multiple streams of income through business, investment, and skills. Now, from idea to impact, developing businesses that solve problems and create wealth. So, for our panelists, we still have the honor of Mr. Kingsley and Mr. Samuel Oladile. A round of applause for them, please. I would also like to call to stage one more person, that is Gabriel Indajon, to join the panelists, please. Is he available? Oh, the panelists would be 4 persons there. Sorry? Okay, instead of Gabriel, we'll have Mr. Kenechukwu Namoko. A round of applause for him, please. All right.
All right. God bless us all. It's been a wonderful session so far. Thank you so much, Mr. Kingsley. Thank you so much, Mr. Sam. It's a pleasure having you here with us, and we don't take your presence with us here for granted, and that's why we are trying to maximize it. So, um, thank you so much, Mr. Kenichiko also. You've been very um, wonderful today. This session is to help us. You know, we've had a lot of talk about employment. I mean, the seminar is all about youth in business. And a lot of us try to navigate into business. And the traditional way that we've grown up to like just start looking forward to is 9 to 5. Wake up in the morning, go to work, come back home. The cycle continues. And I know some of us here have tried to venture into business and they get stuck. They don't have that drive. We might talk about passion, right? You need passion to do your business. But at the same time, I know it goes beyond passion to be able to thrive in a business. And our wonderful panelists here are successful businessmen alongside workers. So we want to just ask a few questions, right? So the first one is regarding skill identification. Now, some people will tell you without skill, you can't go into business. Others will tell you you need structure to run a successful business. So I just want to ask this question, right? And I'd appreciate if I can get your honest opinion concerning skill identification. For a normal 9 to 5 worker, that's a regular 9 to 5 that has been so into the whole 9 to 5, how do you identify that skill that can help you earn, right? That you can, say, even leave your 9 to 5 work and pursue and know you will not be at a loss. How do we identify that skill that is supposed to give us, you know, that money, I think freedom, financial freedom, like the first speaker spoke about, Mr. Lewis. How do we identify that skill and how do we upscale it long term? So we just have 2 minutes for this question, so I would appreciate if we can.
Okay, so skill identification, like you said, we as humans already came fully equipped for the tasks at hand. So let's look at the basics. Some people, singing is natural to them. Some people, writing is natural to them. To some people, speaking is natural to them. Even to some people, lying, I don't know, it's a vice, but it just flows, you know. So if you want to find out, if you look inwardly or just look at yourself, you find out things that come natural to you. Now, if you translate those things onto the bigger screen, you can have a business. There are people who love baking here. They just love getting handy with cooking, touching spices and all. Who says you can't become a big chef? You know, some people can speak anywhere they go to. They can make a crowd laugh or talk. So why can't you become a public speaker? Why can't you just put it together? I have a friend, he can drive from morning till tomorrow. And these days, driving gets good pay. So why not translate that skill? In fact, some people in their 9 to 5, or their, I don't know who gave it 9 to 5, it's because some people resume by 7 and close by 6:30. So what they do in that place can easily be transferred onto their own stage. All they simply need is management. Imagine you work for an organization and you're a chef. So why can't you own your own brand? Now, the skill is there already. So for skill identification, simple, just look around you. Those things that you think are simple, that don't matter, eventually they become a skill. If you need an example, somebody I know, her daughter just can run. She can run. If you send her to Wuse now, she will run. If you send her to Gosa, she can run. And the mother asked her, what do you want to become in life? And she said she can run. She wants to become an athlete. I think that child has identified a skill and is working in that direction already. unless the parents now make a translation and all of that. So
Thank you very much, sir. I like your answer. I don't know if our other panelists would like to say a few things before I go on to the next.
Okay, I think Kenechukwu has said, he has said the right things. So I probably will just add one or two things. The task of 9 to 5 can be very demanding, yeah? And probably sometimes limit your thinking faculty, you know. So the time that you have to, you know, understand yourself and your skill sets, you know, you're dedicating it to, you know, working for someone. And then, of course, when you get home, you're tired. The next, what's on your mind is just to probably eat, sleep, and then wake up the next morning to do the same thing over and over again. But like I tell people that, you know, I mentor in the workspace, what will make you stand out is your ability to leverage on the things that you have handy in your workspace. So be it relationship, be it the things that you do that can make you earn extra income. I'll give you an example. I'll give an example with myself and then also but with someone else. I went for my annual medical checkup a couple of months back at a lab, you know, one of the bank's recommended labs, yeah? And after I was done with the annual medical checkup, when I entered to take my blood sample for certain tests that were to be run, the lady that was attending to me now mentioned that, oh, if I had so and so vaccine, in all honesty, I wasn't sure if I've had them in the past, yeah? And that's because record keeping was not as good as it is now, yeah? So you have parents now that have vaccine cards, for example, you know, they take all the records for kids up to when they can, you know, take care of themselves and all that. And because she knew from my response that I wasn't sure, she capitalized. Oh, this vaccine is important for you to take. This is why you need to take it. You take it and it's 3 shots within the space of 3 months. How much is it? She told me. And then it was time for me to pay. I was like, okay, where can I pay to? She gave me a personal account. And I was like, why am I paying into your personal account? And she said, I can go and ask the person in charge. If they are able to sell that vaccine, they take the money, do you understand, and pay the lab a certain percentage. And in my head, I asked, how many people do you attend to on the average on a daily basis? She said between 40 to, 50 people. I said, what's the success rate in terms of people you're able to convince to take this vaccine? She says for the elderly people, anybody above 30 years, most times she's able to sell to like 10 to 15 people daily. How much do you make? She said 10,000 per person. So that's another 100 to 150,000 for the 3 times in a week that she's on duty per day. She's a 9 to 5 person, but while in there, she's making money. The same thing to, in the bank. In recent times, some of the bulk funding I have gotten is from a customer of mine who happens to be a Pakistani. He's been having challenges remitting money because they are very big in the oil and gas space here in Nigeria. I'm talking about a company that has their annual turnover is in excess of 100 billion. In short, they are the ones that run the Abuja airport at the moment. Everything that has to do with the power supply of they have their own independent power plant in the airport. So they are that big, have lots of contracts with the federals. But as big as he is, he's been finding it difficult to remit money back home to his country for his personal business. Why? Because he's a Pakistani. And Pakistan is flagged, for international transactions. And then sometime in August last year, he mentioned how he personally will want to do investments in Pakistan rather than Nigeria, but this is his major challenge. I told him he should give me 2 days. You know what I did? I wrote to the compliance department of the bank, gave a profile of his company, gave a profile of him as an individual, and sought for an exceptional approval to be able to wire money from Nigeria to Pakistan, US dollars. I got that approval. Our compliance department got the clearance from CBN, and then they go back to me. At that point, it's supposed to be a service rendered by the bank. But I made it a point of duty to act as a consultant to that man. And then I told him for every dollar I sent to him, he pays me 20 naira. So, between that August and now, if I'm to be modest, he sends about $300,000 back home. For every $100,000, I make 2 million naira. I got that from my normal 9-to-5 work. And I identified a problem, profiled the solution to the problem. And he's happy, like he tells me every time I do. In short, I still did one yesterday. He thanks me and pays me my commission on the spot without even blinking because he thinks I'm doing him a huge favor. I haven't been in Nigeria for more than 15 years. So, these are some of the ways that you can. Who says for you, okay, you talked about something in the education, what you're doing in school. You identify the problem, what you're doing. I was just having a thought. There's this YouTube page that my kids love, especially my son likes watching, one Miss Hannah or something. Yeah? Miss Rachel. What she's doing is something, and she has YouTube following and views. If that woman tells you what she's earning, monthly, it's crazy. And if you had to go and read her story, she was probably a teacher somewhere. Do you understand? So, wherever it is that you're working, just find something that can make you provide solution to someone. And trust me, you will do well. Thank you.
A round of applause, please. Thank you so much, sir. You see, identifying problems in the corporate world is not that difficult, right? Most times, although it can be tricky, but I think the main challenge most times is preferring solutions. And that is where your skill comes in, because if it comes easy to you, it might not come easy to the other person. As easy as he has made it sound that he acted as a consultant, it's more like, for some people, that's a huge thing. But now that's one skill that he has, and he was able to identify it because he recognized, oh, this is something I can do. Why don't I leverage on it? Meanwhile, some of us, we see something we can do, and we just, you see that we do it too freely and don't get the price that we are supposed to get. So, thank you so much, sir. I've taken that into consideration. And moving forward, my services will be paid for. Thank you, sir. So for my next question, before I pass the mic to my co-moderator, it's just about market insights, right? I know identifying problems are like key when you want to go into a business and when you want to even make money off a business. But we have so many trends. We have so many businesses currently ongoing in the country, in the world at large, and it keeps on multiplying. It's like the population does not reduce, so ideas are constantly flowing, and I just want to ask, right, what area it's advisable for us to venture into, right? I know there are some areas that are more profitable than others, regardless of your course of study, right? Let's leave the medical side for the medical people. But there are other areas, like most people go into marketing, even though they can't pitch, but they go into it because they hear there's money inside it. Real estate, thank you we have a real estate guru here, thank you, sir. So we have so many opportunities like that, and sometimes you even want to try it. As per, they are making money, let me. and you just start sharing, resharing. WhatsApp has made it easy for us. We reshare, reshare, reshare. And now your contact list might not even be your target audience. But you're trying to bank on another man's service. So how do we identify those businesses, right, in our current day-to-day life? And are there any opportunities that you'd like to share with us that you feel, okay, if you venture into this, maybe not 100%, but at least 50%, right? We can go into it and we are sure to, it's a nudge in the right direction. So we don't just venture wide and lose time. So that's it.
Okay. Okay, for me, I believe in baby steps, yeah? For every business that exists, there's what we call value chain. So what does value chain entail? Value chain is the sets of processes that are involved in the success of any business venture. So let me give real estate as an example. There are different categories of people in real estate. You have the developers, those that have the financial muscle to get allocation, build and sell. If I say, oh, Gabriel, venture into real estate today, you don't have the financial muscle to go and compete with the big boys. But there are lots of value chains in the real estate business, from things as little as supply of building materials that you probably will not need more than $1 million to start. As long as you supply this gravel, for example, or even sharp sand, you supply 1, 2. When they pay you, you're able to make 20,000 off every trip, for example. And you then identify a cluster. And in that cluster, you are sure of getting 10 to 15 deliveries done on a daily basis. Or let's be modest, 5 deliveries. Even if it's 5 deliveries is already 100,000 naira. If the margins is just 20,000 per trip. For a young man like you, it's a starting point. And I like talking based on example, yeah? By the way, I hope everybody knows here that 9 to 5 does not limit you. It depends on your mindset. Anybody that is close enough to me will know that I have more than 5 or 6 businesses I'm doing, despite the fact that all I've done in my life is banking. But there was a day I was on Twitter. Twitter is my favorite social media, by the way. I'm not a fan of TikTok and all the rest, because for me, Twitter is a place where if you have the right following, you get the right information in every facet of life, be it political, business-wise, financial, industrial, and all whatnot. And then I saw somebody post something earlier this year about how he has been making over 300K net on a weekly basis from having about 3 or 4 mixing machine. Do you know this mixing machine? The one that they used to, yes, at the building, yes. What happened next? I went to buy one. I have one at the moment. I took it to Idu, where they have lots of projects. I hired somebody to go and stay there, or manages it for me, because I don't have the time to manage it. I bought it about 2 months ago. Now, because of the fact that it's rainy season, work is not, very much in that space. But on a weekly basis, with that one machine, I make nothing less than 60,000 naira net. After I've paid the operator, bought the fuel, the diesel required for the machine, and also pay my friend, that is managing it. Because I probably will get like utilization 3 times a week at the moment. And I've never made below 20,000 for every day trip every day that machine works. So that's about 60K a week, 300K a month. 60 times 4, 240K a month. And how much did I buy the machine? And when we hit dry season, the projection is that that machine will be working every single day. Because no rain to spoil casting. And there are lots of estates springing up in that Idu. So, if you ask me, I'm into real estate already. I've started from somewhere. I've looked at the value chain, and this is what I want to do, and it's selling for itself. Within a year from my projection, I know I'm going to get back the cost of purchase of that machine, and I'll start making profit on it. So, always look for the value chain in every business, and you get something out of it.
Thank you so much, sir. The key thing is looking forward, the value chain in your business. Thank you. Please, a round of applause for him. All right, sir.
Okay, so still looking at the real estate, I actually ventured into real estate because it was the only option I had at the time. I was actually saving to buy a house in Sun City. And then that house was worth 30 million. So I had saved up to 27 million. Then a friend who I trust so much now told me there's this business online that she has been doing for 2 weeks and it has turned over her equity twice. I was skeptical about it, but the way she spoke about it, I invested my 27 million. I put in the money on a Friday. By Saturday, the company was gone. And at that time, my rent was due. My children's fees were due. In fact, everything doable were all due. I didn't know what to do. In fact, I couldn't even come up to tell my wife. She started noticing when the way we were feeding. When they said, let's buy fuel, I said, fuel, let's just stay. They'll bring lights, you know. So somehow, I just spoke with a friend. I said, Omo, at this zero level, he said, better turn to house agent. I said, how? The guy brought me in, and then within a few days, I got someone that wanted to rent a house. So I looked at what I'll be getting if I get that house for the person. I'll be getting about 600,000. I quickly started. I searched and searched. Unfortunately, I couldn't get. So I now spoke with another agent who already had that kind of apartment. So we were able to get the job done. So now I was looking at 300,000 naira as my own. When we were about to share the money, the guy brought the whole of their village. All their villagers to come and share from the 600. At the end of the day, I pleaded with them to give me 30,000 with a beg. And then finally they said, now because of you, they gave me 30,000. I left. Now, when I go back home, I was disappointed. But something in me kept telling me, if this business could actually give you 300, that means there's a future in it within a few days. So I just ignored what happened, and then we moved forward from there. The next business I did in real estate, I made 1 million naira. That was just a week after that. And then from that time, remember, I did not put in my 1 kobo. It's just your time and then your network. This is very important. Now, the 1 million I made, in fact, the person that sold the property to me said that I made more money than him, so he will not give me the 1 million, he will give me 500. I pleaded for 800 and he agreed and gave me 800. I said, okay, there's something in this business. And then from that time, I will go to, I don't know if you know about Edina People. Now, I went to meet the owner of Edina People, and I told him, I said, look, I can actually market your estates, but I don't want your commission. Sell to me at a lower price. Let me sell at the price you are selling. He agreed. And within 6 months, I made over 20 million from doing that. I've not invested my 1 kobo yet. So I'm saying this because most times we look at it that you need money to make money, but it's not really always the case. If you are dedicated, in fact, sometimes it's good for you to have problem so that you will be able to see solutions. If I were to be single, probably maybe I would have just gone to one of my friends and said, oh, let me just crash with you, I beg. But I have mouths to feed and I cannot tell them stories. So I had to work. Now, while doing that, I just told myself, as if this man can actually reduce the price for me, Why don't I ask him for 1 hectare? Let it bear my company name. I went back to him. He agreed. In fact, last December, I sold the whole of that 1 hectare by Kabusa, what they call that place now? Piakasa. The end of Kabusa. I sold 1 hectare. And that particular portion is bearing my company name. I have not invested my 1 naira. It is from selling for people. So real estate is such a very lucrative place where you can actually make as much as you want without putting your 1 kobo. In fact, the only estate I have bought that I put in more of my money is the one in Asokoro too. Now I have 3 estates. And then you ask me, how much have you invested? The truth is, I've not really invested my own money. So when you look at, there's a mindset you approach business, and it becomes very easy for you. Some years back, Donald Trump said something. He said if he were to go bankrupt, that the only business he will go into is real estate. And then I asked myself, someone that is bankrupt doesn't have money. Why real estate? That means he doesn't really need money to go into real estate. And that informed my decision. That was when I went to 0 level. It was very bad though, but I thank God that those sayings, it helped me. I went into real estate, and today, I can't count how many marketers I have. They are not doing what I am doing. Their own is, in fact, some of them are even asking me to pay them salary. So the vision that you have for going into a business matters a lot. Do you want to be a man or a woman of your own, or you continue want to be serving people? It all depends on you. But that will determine the kind of success you will have. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. It's a round of applause.
Thank you very much, sirs.
Add to what Brad Kingsley has said, so that we don't think it's a plug and play. Very importantly, your network matters. So all of these that he has said, led to success because of quality network. And that's why I tell young people, always build a very solid network. In short, make it a point of duty to ensure that at every point in time, you are the least in your network of friends or associates. That way, that's the only way you have people to look up to. Do you understand? Quality network. I'm not saying, yes, you have friends, regular friends, but when it comes to building your business profile or financial profile, make sure that at every point in time, you are surrounded by people that you look up to, every one of them. That way, whatever it is that you are bringing, because of relationship that you've established with them, you are easily able to sell, to them. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sirs. So our network matters. So this question I'm about to ask is a little bit, let's divert from what we've been talking about. Let's talk about balance right now. So how do you effectively balance a primary job, investment, and a business without sacrificing one's well-being and or quality of work?
Okay. I hope you know that skills can be outsourced. So I'm a 9 to 5. I have a business I want to start. I know I'm not going to be able to, do my 9 to 5 and also, successfully manage my business. What happens? The next thing is for me to look for what? Someone that can run that business, a skillful person that can run that business and outsource it, yeah? And then pay and all that. But while at it, that's talking about balancing now. So I'm a banker, banking work, I'm a very hectic. I have various businesses that I'm running. Majority of them have been, outsourced to people to manage. But at the same time, they said in the mafia world, they say if you want to kill someone, and ensure that you kill the person well, the best way is to do it yourself. So that once you've killed that person, you know you've killed the person, not an assassin telling you, I killed him, and then maybe instead of shooting him by the heart, he shot him by the tummy, and you know. That is where an oversight function comes in. So, for example, the element of surprise in majority of the business enterprise I run, keeps it going. What do I mean by element of surprise? On a Monday morning where you expect me to be at work, I show up. Yeah? In your head, you think, Oga Banko will hold Oga, and then you just see me there. Why is this place not open at 8:30? It plays a psychological game in the heads of, the people that run that place, because they cannot tell when Oga will show up. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say. Me, I know I won't be able to do that every day, but because I have played the element of surprise, and probably there's consequence for, certain actions, it put people on their toes. And we're also in a world of IT, where it's easy to monitor certain things. So for certain businesses that are, pretty much straightforward, that are plug and play, all you just need to do is to have the relevant software or technology in place for you to do your monitoring, from anywhere that you are. And work-life balance is also very important. And that's why whether you are doing your business or whether you are working for someone, you should always find time to, number one, rest and spend time with your loved ones. My friends know me. Anything that takes me out of my house on a Saturday and Sunday, it has to be very, very important. Because for me, that's the time I have to spend with my loved ones. That's the time I have to, rest properly. While at work too, I strike a work-life balance. In my office, my subordinates, they know me. I throw parties for them once every quarter, because I feel it shouldn't be all work. So thank you.
I won't touch on anything he has said, but I want you to assess your own self personally, like look at your strengths. There are people who, I don't know, let me put it this way. In an environment like this, they are already bored. By now, they are completely burnt. There is nothing you want to tell them. They can't meet up anymore. They've left the meeting. They left the chat many hours ago. While there are, and if you flip the coin the other way, take such a person to the site. By 8 p.m., he still has energy to burn. I don't know if you get where I'm coming from. By 8 p.m., he still has energy. He can still walk till midnight. Somebody told me that so long as there is light, he can walk all day round. And I've tested it, I've confirmed him. But if you bring him to a small thing, please run this script for me, 20-minute script. Sleep, don't carry on. So, after everything, please assess your own strengths. There are certain things that people can manage on their own. I can be in my office while doing my basic 9 to 5, as you all call it, and I will handle 4 of my personal businesses all at that same time. That's how I function. But mentally, once I close at 5, even those other ones, they are all down. I can't function in that space again. Even my own personal business. The moment, that's why I can tell you, bring it to me while I'm in the office, because in this environment, I can take on anything. So, yes. So please look at your own strengths. I might be different from him. When we started and we were sitting, I don't know if you saw that it was as if he was switching off. But when a person finishes talking, he's the first person to ask questions. So he wasn't switching off. But if I act like he is, and I'm like, he will do like this. And if I do like this, we are not together. Straight, we are not together. So, but he could still function. My younger sister can lie on a bed and read till daybreak. I can't even sit on a chair and read for longer than 2 hours. But my assimilation is faster. In 2 hours, I will understand what she read all through the night. So please, after everything is said, assess your own self. Then you know your strong points. I don't know if you get where I'm coming from. You know your strong point. Some of the things you are employing people to do are things that in 20 minutes you can have finished on your own, but you have not looked at your own strengths. Always make sure that you only entrust the things you cannot do to people. Because if you throw away, if you assign the things you can also do, you almost leave yourself empty. I don't know if we are coming together. So please, that way you can create a balance. But if anybody tells you it won't take you some form of sacrifice in the beginning, then it's a lie. It's a lie. Those birth pains must happen while you are mixing, while you are figuring. It is easy for him now. His ship has set sail. It's easy for me. Some of my ships have set sail. His own ship has set sail. But at the point when he was down, it will be difficult. So yes, there must be will they call it a birth pain, a trying moment, and then once you start, please figure out your strengths, then you can take it up from there.
Okay, I'll just say this. I believe so much in one step at a time. It's not everyone that can, control different businesses at the same time. So I believe in starting a business, allow it to grow. When it's self-sustaining, then I can diversify. My colleagues here, I'm sure that some of them, probably two of them, they work in offices. I don't work, I work for myself. So the experiences they have, I really don't have. But one thing I would say is for you to be able to balance work and other businesses is whatever business you start up, allow that business to be self-sustaining. I don't believe in funding business B from business A. Let your business A begin to fund itself. Then you can set up another business instead of being a jack of all trade. And at the end of the day, you find out that all the businesses are struggling. So one step at a time.
Okay, someone. Okay. All right. That being said, the last question is: what is a common myth or trap about building multiple income streams that people need to avoid? Okay. Taking the question again. What is a common myth or trap about building multiple income streams that people need to avoid? Myth, yes, myth.
Come again with
She
the
said, what's
question.
the common myth or trap
What is a
that?
common myth or trap that about building multiple income streams that people need to avoid? Because the popular belief is that for someone to be rich, you don't just need to have one stream of income. You need multiple streams of income. But now the issue is there are myths and things that people need to avoid in that kind of setting. Yes.
Okay, I'll give you one, which is very popular, and that's following. Oh, I'm going into this business because another person has gone into it. Following the trend, exactly. Following the trend. It's very important that you understand what works for you, generally in life. It will surprise you to know that Brad Kingsley will go into a particular business and go and succeed there. I will go into it and I won't succeed. Not necessarily because the business is not a good one, but probably some of the things that he has the ability to manage, some of the things that he has the ability to cope with, that has led to him being successful in that business. I might not have that ability. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say. That's one. Of course, number two, it's also easy for a particular line of business to become saturated because you have too many people in it. So, and that is why the need to, do proper feasibility studies, do your proper research, and be sure that this is something that is what you stepping into. Is very, very important when you try to, open multiple streams of income. But there again, there are certain instances where you fail over and over and over again. And just because you are persistent, it comes to a time you become successful. I don't forget what I'm trying to say. It happens. Because for me, when I talk, I try to balance it. There's nothing that is actually straight jacket, isn't it? There are certain things that you do over and over and over and over again. And then, at a point you get a breakthrough. And the only way that can happen, or the breakthrough can happen, is for you to learn from, the mistakes that led to the initial failure. So following trend basically is a myth that you actually need to avoid. You need to be sure that it's something you can do and be successful while doing it. Yeah.
Okay, so on that, I will say avoid businesses that you are not in control of. Try not to go into any business that you are not 100% in control of. For instance, a friend called me last week and told me that he's trying to diversify into different streams of income. I said, okay, that's very good. He said that one of the diversification is online business. I told him, I said, you are not fully in control of that. You cannot say you are fully in control of a business that you don't even know the office of the company. And that's why today nobody can tell me anything about any company in the world. Say they are doing this, come and join, put your money. I will never do it. Now, the same person I'm talking about lost about 5 million naira in what they call, I don't know if it's APC or NRC or something. There's something. The day he told me about it, he said that very day that they are doing 100%, that if I put in 2 million, that by upper week Tuesday, I will withdraw my 2 million. And then I asked him, how much would they pay you if I do this 2 million? He said they will pay him, I think about 1.4 million or so. I said, and they will still give me my 2 million back. I said, you are about to be shocked. And on Saturday, he was shocked because the company disappeared. So any business, don't include businesses that you are not in control of among the things you call your multiple streams of income. If you are not in control of it, leave it. There are things you can do physically. Invest your money where you can go, see what is happening. It may take time for you to make money, yes. But those ones that are so flashy, avoid them. I am talking out of experience. And I'm very sure that not many people, first, I know someone that lost 10 million naira and he went into stroke. 10 million naira, he stroked. Because he has looked, that's all he has. In fact, I don't even know what he was thinking that made his blood pressure go that, So mine was 2 times more than that, yet here I am. So manage your risk. If you know that your 1 million naira, you can gradually build it up to 100 million over 10 years. Follow the step. Don't join someone that is doing his own. Today, put 1 million, tomorrow they give him 3 million. You may not be able to manage the consequence when it happens. So that's what I would say.
Please, let me just add this. I think what he's saying is if you get anger issues, you try how to manage your resources, right? May no can go beat person father. But seriously, to create and successfully own multiple streams of income, 2 things are sacrosanct: man and machine. Man and machine. The machine part, we have really no control over it. Like what you said when you're talking about your mixer. The machine does the work. Of course, the machine won't lie. It will mix appropriately, right? Now, the man part is where you have issues. Now, let me eliminate the issue of fraud. The guys who work on the business, stole the money, mismanaged the business. Yes, let's eliminate that part. That's not what I want to dwell on. I want to dwell on how we as business owners or business inventors actually treat the people who do the work for us. Yeah? Now, if Dangote didn't trust or treated his guys right, I don't think they'll be where they are. Truly, it will be a start and stop thing all the while, all the while. So if you didn't treat the guys who worked on your projects right, it will be a start and stop thing. Now, you said you had so many agents who work directly with you, and I can testify. I know some people who have worked with you in the past. Now, why are they with you? It depends on how your relationship with them works. Yes. So if you have to create multiple streams of income, I want to create, let's say, a hotel, and I won't be able to run it myself, and I want Mr. Jones to run it for me. How do you value Mr. Jones? How much of a human do you see him as? Is it just a means to an end for you, or is it a part of the project you have at hand? Because if you treat people right, like I said, let's look on the good side. You will see people have to see these businesses as part of yours. And in a concluding sentence, we all did not meet Jesus, right? None of us here met Jesus face to face. But what we are able to achieve, or what we know today, is the vision of Jesus Christ, which he transferred onto his disciples, who eventually became apostles. So also, in creating multiple streams of income, learn to translate your vision into those who will actually run that business. By running, I mean partner with you, assist you do the work. They may not have 100% of the vision, but if they have 60%, it's enough to get the day going while you provide the professional support that is required.
Thank you very much, sir. Please, a round of applause. So we've come to the end of this panel discussion, and one thing that actually stood out for me is I kept on, so all of this, the speakers were talking about network. Network is very important, and then in terms of balancing your work life with your personal business, or rather with your personal life, is also very important, so that you will not lose track of the quality of your work and lose track of your own well-being. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
A round of applause. All right, moderators, you could, thank you. A round of applause for our moderators. So, at this point, before, okay, we'll take questions, but before we take questions, we have come to the tail end of the program. All right, so we'll soon announce the winner of the singles category amongst those that had their pitch. But first, we want to take probably just one or two questions. That's 1, 2, 3. That's all, Abi? 3. So as fast as possible, let's take this question. No, you don't need 1 minute, just... Okay, all right.
Okay, good afternoon, sirs. Thank you very much. Very quickly, I have something very practical to what you explained, and I would like to be advised on what to do in regards to this. So currently, I still working at my PPA, and I work every day, and I'm always very stressed. So I cannot crochet at the moment, which is my personal business. So I have reached out to somebody, because I had somebody that was working with me before, but she was not so good to my type of quality that I render. So I reached out to someone that is very good. She has her own brand, and she can give me the value of what the money I collect from my clients and all of that. But I do not know how to strike the deal with her. Because if I say, let me buy from her, it's like I'm running 90-10. She's taking 90% of what would have come to me. I'm taking 10%. So I don't necessarily know how to do, because I don't want to turn it to a case where it's a partnership. I don't want to partner with her. I've been trying to, write some things down, look for the best way. If it's for being good, she's good. I've been trying to look for a way to say, let's do this, let's do this, let's do this. So I don't run at a loss, and also she can get what she wants.
You said she's very good at what she does. Now, when she finishes making these products, whose brand will be on it? All right, so now you're building your brand. You are paying your dues for building a brand. Let her take her 90, stick with your 10, but build your brand. A time will come when that brand will pay you. So pay your dues first.
I hope she doesn't have direct contact with your clients. So just pay the price for being unavailable at the moment. Probably what you can now do at some point is, if you have a fixed price agreement with her, in a matter of maybe your next set of orders, you can just increase your price a bit. Do you understand? To have more margins, for yourself. Do you understand? Like, it's easy now for a repeat customer. Maybe if, for instance, it's kosher to say to sell. If, for instance, you have a customer that you've sold for example, 10,000, and the person likes it. If the person is coming back, you will not sell at 10,000 again. You probably will sell at 12,000, because you are selling to a satisfied customer, isn't it? But that 12,000 is just between you and your customer. That's why I said, if she doesn't have direct contact with your clients, the price increase that you've negotiated, the extra 2,000 comes to you and you alone. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say, rather than increasing whatever it is that you pay, to that person. Well, like Brother Kingsley said, you're already building a brand for yourself. You're unavailable at the moment, which is no fault of yours. The good thing is your name is out there. It will continue to grow, and when you're done and you have more time to, you just leverage on the clientele base that you have.
Let me change one of your mindsets. You said you don't want a partnership. Now, let me tell you, when you pick up a HP computer, the only thing that HP did on that computer is just casing that computer together. They did nothing else. The screen, the drive, the keyboard, everything was not produced by HP, not one. They only put that computer together. But what name do we call the computer? HP. So the business is yours. So while you're thinking it's a partnership, you actually have a staff working for you. The day your business will blow, the day your brand will grow, she will be the first person you give appointment letter. She's not known. You are the one that is known.
All right. Thank you very much. A round of applause for our panelists. At this point, if you have questions, for those of us that have other questions, please, on the group, please put up your questions. They will be answered on the WhatsApp group chat. Thank you very much. At this point, I'd like to hand over to Brother Isaac to announce the result of the winners. There are several questions, but the time. Okay, so the judges have insisted that the questions flow. So a round of applause for our judges. They are here for us. So a round of applause for them. Thank you. All right.
So my question is a little aloof, like a little away from the things we discussed here. So as a 9-to-5er who also has a startup business, what do you think about buying shares? And what shares do you think are best to buy for a startup like me?
No, it's not, it doesn't work that way. Okay, so I think it was my guy Brother Kingsley I was telling the other time. For me, anything I know they see physically, No, they do. I work in a place where I saw people become or were turning over billions in cryptocurrency, but I never for once ventured into it. Do you understand? Not because it is not lucrative. I think I've told you that before. Do you understand? Not because it is not lucrative, but it's not just my thing. Likewise, shares. I think the first set of shares I bought ever in my life, apart from the one that, of course, my parents bought for us, isn't it? As you know, for kids and all, happened earlier this year. And I got introduced to a platform called Bamboo. I don't know how many of you have heard of Bamboo. Yeah. And I just, signed up and then bought shares on that platform because it's less stressful. I just go there once in a while. Sometimes I see dividends paid into my account, but I'm not an expert in that field, you get. But on that platform, I think it's easy for you to, number one, buy, sell, and also monitor activity. But more importantly, and that is where the power of social media comes in. When I said earlier that Twitter is my favorite social media, it was on that platform I saw that Bamboo and heard about it. And the people I follow in that space are people that are experts when it comes to finance and shares and all whatnot. So even the shares I bought, it was based on their advice and recommendation, and it's been profitable. Do you understand? It's been profitable. You get. So don't just use your social media to follow the celebrities, people that will not necessarily add value to you, just for the fun of it. You can have that maybe sometimes just to relax, but there's actually serious power in social media, you get, and serious social media. So follow the right set of people. There are pages like Nairametrics. There is, if I open my Twitter, I'll be able to. There are lots of pages that you can actually, follow and get information on the right kind of shares to buy. That will be my advice in that space. Yes, that give weekly updates, not even weekly, daily updates. Yes. Then, if you have a particular line of business that you're passionate about, you can also dedicate your time, into following the trends in that line of business, and probably, buy shares in that particular line, to give yourself, number one, some sort of encouragement, and give you insight into the optics of that particular line of business.
All right, thank you. A round of applause for that answer. All right, next question.
Okay, sir. My question is I'll need an advice if I've made a wrong choice or a right one. Okay, it's been long. I was looking for sponsorship for my business, right? So I've spoken to one or two persons. The first person I spoke to asked me this question: to what is in it for me? I've met somebody like that. He asked me to what is in it for me. I say, okay, what do you want? I'm just asking for this finance. I don't know whether you're using it at the moment. If you can lend it to me, let me go ahead and turn over and bring it back. But he was like, he would like to partner with me. And that every month I turn up 100,000 naira. I'm like, okay, for how long? He say, for as long as the business stands now. I say, I can't venture into this kind of business. So something that I'm looking forward to, being independent, doing my own thing the way I want, and how I want to go about it. You're already asking what is in it for you. I'm not asking for partnership, I'm just asking for assistance. Get me this so amount, so that by the time I'm able to turn up, I'll bring it back. When I'm already standing on my own, then I can bring it back to you. So since I did not agree to that, I think he pulled out. Then the other person I met, this one, his own was even critical. He wanted to change my business, wanted to change my passion completely. Sorry. So I pitched my business in front of him too. I told him everything I want, told him my targeted audience and everything. He was like, wow, good idea. He now said, but he now brought his own business idea to me, that if I can have this passion for this, that I can do this for him too. He will open a shop, put goods worth 3 million, and I should go ahead with it and all that. And I said, no, sir, that's not what I came for. I came for assistance. This is what I want to do. I'm working. I just needed a side hustle to add it to my passion and all that. So he now said, now the same thing now, that I can put my own by I decide to. But mind you, you cannot put your own at the side because they want to take over every space. They want to make sure that you are giving in to whatever it is that you're supposed to do there. Since he paid the rent, he put in the goods, then you're only just to sell. And
What do you really want now?
No, sorry, is it based on this your fashion business?
yes,
Okay.
I do fashion and fabrics.
This fashion and what?
And fabrics.
This second person. What did he offer? What did he offer? What's the product? You said product. Is it in line with the business you are doing?
He sell GP tanks, he sell rubbers, he sell
Okay,
a lot
okay.
of things. That's not my concern.
Offline.
Yes. So it's not my passion. I don't even know who to market those things to. I don't have any audience. You just want me to
people
use
that
passion.
All right, so let me tell you something. It's easy for me to meet Isaac and say, Isaac, borrow me money. I'll pay you back after so and so months. And probably even tell me I'll pay you with some interest because maybe I don't have the kind of relationship that will warrant me saying, let me give you back that money without interest. And Isaac will consider me. Then go to Isaac and say, dash me money to put in my business. In as much as I'm not a fan of starting up any business with loans, do you understand? Especially interest-bearing loans. But that's not to say that you can't start up a business with loan as long as you are sure that the money will always come back. So what now happens is, at the initial stage, you bear the consequences of, getting that business to grow and be steady and return the money you've borrowed. So the enjoyment will not start at the initial stage. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say. No, you said the first person, you told him to assist you now. And that assistance, was it not like dash? Or were you going to return the money back? Okay, you had to return it back. And the person wasn't keen or interested in it. And you're sure the person had the financial muscle to...
We had a long discussion on that, so I was very happy that somebody's there. But he came up with something else at the end of it.
But like Ernest said earlier on, why do you guys think there's a problem with partnership?
Just like Brad Kingsley said now, you want to be independent.
What? Okay, pay 100,000 forever. Pay 100,000 forever.
Except for as
Hold
long
on,
as
hold
the
on.
business stands.
Hold on now.
Every month.
Relax. So let me change your mindset and give you a paradigm shift here. Do you know paying 100,000 forever? If you are able to make, let's say for the first month at 120, let me just say 120. Let me be modest enough to say 120, or let's say 150. It's not a bad deal, and I'll tell you why it's not a bad deal. That 100,000 naira forever is better than having a percentage of your profit. Because there's a level you will take that business to after maybe 1 year or 18 months, and 100,000 naira will be nothing to you. You are looking at that 100,000 now because it's going to be a significant portion of your profit. But if you are able to use that bulk funds wisely, it gets to a point where that 100,000 naira becomes nothing. So if, for instance, you are able to turn your business into making 300,000 naira monthly at some point, what's 100,000? It's nothing. 500,000, what's 100,000? It's nothing. If he had said, we'll share the profits 50-50 or 60-40 or whatsoever, that's where you can even say it might be a problem. It's just like mortgages. The first house I ever bought, I bought it with mortgage, federal NHF, NHF, National Housing Fund. At the time, the monthly repayment, because how that mortgage work is, they spread that payment for 20 years. And when I started the process, I was just a baby banker now, isn't it? So the percentage that what I was going to be paying monthly at that stage, when I started it, it was significant. But it got to a point, that money was nothing. After I started growing in banking, because my salary had become maybe times 5 of what it was when I started. So that money that, at the initial stage I felt was something. When they even used to take it that time, I I wasn't even feeling. In fact, I didn't even used to know self that they are taking it. Why? Because my income has increased. So that's how it is too with this business. 100,000, yes, it's something to you now because you feel your margins are not going to be huge enough. But if you're able to upscale with time, it becomes nothing to you. That's how I see it too.
So my advice to you is simple. After this, sit down with one or two people, maybe individually. I don't know how you buy their time. And then let them advise you on structures. When we are talking of contracts, some people have straightforward contracts, while there are some very, very complicated contracts that at the end of the day, you don't even know who is winning. And there is a way you present this thing when you sit with people who are of knowledge. And the guy will buy the idea. And see, if you talk to, if not for the way he presented it, if you tell that guy 100K every month, and then we're in business, if he's not careful, he will jump at it. And then 1 month, he will make 1.9 million as profit. He will want more. You refer him to the document. Organa, 100K you get. So, but sit with them, and then draw a proper structure. That way, see, you can't climb alone, man. So if you don't want a partner, you're a non. N-U-N. You get.
Sister, please, can you give her the microphone? I want to ask her something. Sister, please, when you say you sell what?
I sell fabrics.
Fabrics.
Yes, sir.
Do you have your own shop?
I used to have before, but when I relocated to Abuja, I no longer have. I had in Kaduna, but
Okay,
not
now,
here.
so now, when you, what you need money for is to be able to buy fabrics to stock your shop, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, there's something I told my younger sister years back, which she did. See, so many of those stores you see online, they are not owned by people who have that channel. Now, that fabric, if there's a market you know that they have very good quality fabrics, you can actually go there, hold them, take snapshots of them, create your store online, put them up online. Anybody that is buying, you know that whoever is buying, you're going to supply it, probably through a dispatch rider or something. So you must not have a shop, your own shop, for you to be able to sell. So I'm skeptical about partnership somehow, because I've been burnt before with partnerships, especially when it is not properly defined. So now, as a young lady, I will advise you to leverage on other people's goods instead of looking for money. You go there, I have sold like that before. This is not the forum. In fact, you won't believe what I have sold years back. Maybe if there's a forum for that, sincerely, you will not believe what I've sold years back. So leverage on what other people have. Try not to spend your own money. Sincerely, like Brother Tolu said, don't enter a business with loans. And partnership, if it is not well defined, is even worse than loan. Try to leverage on what other people have. In fact, if they give you that money, let's say you're able to get 500,000, the kind of fabrics you're going to get, you may be surprised that some of them become obsolete in your shop. There's no guarantee that you sell all of them. So, but if you go to people's shops, you can have 5 customers. They'll be very glad. Oga, please, I want to snap some of these things and put them on my Instagram page. Once someone comes, just like what I told you I did with real estate. Today I have 3. I have not put my 1 naira, apart from the last one I have now. So you can leverage on that. We need to learn to leverage on that without putting our own funds. Use these medias. Social media is very good. I know sometimes we look at it, I want it to be my shop. On social media, it can actually be branded your shop. You can design something like a shop where you stand, hold materials, and then different quality materials will just be flying here and there. And people look at it and say, this is don't blow. It's just that some village people might start calling you for money.
All right. So I think we do not have any more questions. Yes. Yeah. Okay. I wanted to ask you, when the person said 100,000, did you try to negotiate? Okay. Don't always. How much was the person investing? Give her the mic.
I'm looking at 500,000. Yes.
A month.
Yeah, because the thing is that
5 million.
the thing is that he had my ideas. He saw what I had in place. He saw into the future and know what.
Wait.
No, 500K won't give you 100K profit every month.
That is if I sell everything. It
How?
can actually give me close to 700.
It's turnover. Your probability is not 100.
Okay, I think when it comes to, was it Bill?
Yes, I sell in bills.
Bill, right?
I buy
I know
bills.
Bill can give
more
as
than
at least will give you up to that kind
750 or
700. But if you sell every month,
So it does not concern him whether I sell or not. To just bring me 100K.
I think this was the first question we needed to ask. How much was the person investing?
Now he's asking you, you're asking him for 500 and he's asking you for your entire business.
Yes.
Because sometimes all you need for your turnover every month is just 100K. See, your business is fabrics. There are off seasons in fabrics.
Yes, yes.
We are imagining May.
Materials.
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 Yes.
We
Material.
deliver even ashwebi before weddings. You can ask for 100 pieces of wrapper, and I'll deliver it to you. So looking at those pictures, he was now asking.
No, it's not. It's
do
not.
it.
It's not
Elders
feasible.
have spoken.
All right, all right, all right, all right. Thank you very much. A round of applause. A round of applause. A round of applause. So at this juncture, we have come to the end of this session, and would like to thank each and every one of you. Would like to thank the panel of judges, the panelists, the moderators. God bless you all. At this point, I would like to ask our judges. This is the second edition of this program, and we are hoping to have another of this next year, probably make it an annual event. We would like to ask, from what you have observed, from what you have seen, what areas would you like us to improve on? What areas would you like us to make adjustments on? And your observations. Thank you.
Okay, yeah. What I would like us to add, because sincerely, you people are doing a very wonderful job, and
Thank you.
you know, with the success you've had over the years, I don't think so many churches or organizations have this kind of forum where they assist. Because for me, it's not about who won. It's how much of what you have learned from even the next person that pitched. Because by next year, hopefully, I think we should be able to have more winners than just one. That is what I'm looking at, because even while I was listening to them, they had wonderful ideas. And then given the mantle of, what would I call it now? Naming one person as the winner, for me, is not really nice. So for next year, let's try to have like 5 persons, because their contents are wonderful. You people are doing great.
All right. Thank
Okay?
you. Thank
But
you.
I don't know why it's only the ladies.
We actually had a gentleman, but he pulled out last minute. And some of us would have also pitched, but we are anchoring, and we are part of the organizing team. So that's just it. Thank you.
Okay, my guy has said it all now. Wonderful idea. So there should be more winners than one. But I think for me, I just want to see more intentionality, from each and every one of us. Those that have pitched, those that haven't pitched. I'm a realist. I like facing reality, And sometimes, the environment we find ourselves limits our thinking. Spiritual life is on one side, though. Your physical life is on one side, whether you like it or not. That's reality on ground. And I was born in the end time message, I grew up in the end time message, and I saw firsthand, the way majority of, the members in the cycle, limit themselves. You understand? And that's why I wouldn't want our generation to be like that. If you're smart enough to know how to strike the right balance, create proper network. Me, that's what I always emphasize on. Proper network. Associating with certain set of people does not in any way or form make you a sinner. As long as at the end of the day you know what you stand for, you know what you believe in, and you are firm on, doing those things. But whether we like it or not, we also need those set of people to climb from stage 1 to stage 2. Trust me. So what you just need to do is to leverage on the good sides of those people and grow, rather than limiting yourself, running around circles. That's what I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you.
And then, please, just to add to what Brother said, don't limit your business to brethren alone. If you are doing business and you want only brethren to patronize you, I'm sorry for you. In fact, you can do a business for 10 years, not even one member will patronize you. So if you are preparing to pitch, an idea, don't, even as fantastic as it to look, that you want people to, probably, let's say, I want to start sewing clothes. And the kind of clothes I want to sew is only full cover your body clothes. I'd rather leave that side of business and do something else. Because the people that will patronize you will be very, very few. And you won't be able to make the mark that you want. So look for content, look for ideas that both believers and unbelievers can patronize without you breaking the law of the scriptures. God bless you.
A round of applause. So, in essence, develop your contact list with meaningful contacts. When you are on social media, let it be for reasons that will be beneficial to your pockets, And please, engage yourself on intellectual, social media, how would I call it? Sites. For example, I cannot say I want to have intellectual discussions and I'm on Instagram. It's not possible. You can't compare the kind of discussions you have on Instagram with that which you have on Twitter. It's not possible. And then I cannot say I'm looking for authentic information and I'm going to Facebook. It's not possible. So know where and where to get information from and the kind of contacts you keep. Check through your contact list. If I do not have up to 10 or 100 people that I can do business with, or I have something in particular that they could benefit from me or I could benefit from them, then you delete the contact and you start recreating that contact list in order to favor your purpose, in order to favor your business. Thank you very much. God bless you. So at this point, we've not announced the winner, yeah? We haven't. Sir, a round of applause for our
All right. I feel bad.
It's going to break hearts
I
now.
feel bad that, please, even if you mention you as the first position, the other one, see yourself as first position as well. So we are all first positions. Do you believe me? No, you have to believe me. So from what we've gotten, we have the first category, which is the individual category. Maybe I'll start from
Yeah, start from the back.
the first shall be the last, the last shall be the first.
Yes, start from there.
So on 7th position, we have Abby Stitches, Abigail. She came 7th. A round of applause for her. Abby Stitches, Abigail. She came number 7th. And then for the 6th position, we have Dorcas. A round of applause. Please stand up, let us see you. So we'll probably remember what you said about your business. She came number 6. And then we don't have number 5 because we have a tie on number 4. 2 people came with the same score. So for number 4, we have Nena Zilox Aura. And then she's on the same tie with Grace. A round of applause for her. As I said, we don't have number 5. Number 3 goes to Enabong. Number 2 goes to Chisom. And number 1 goes to Kenechku Namoko. So that's for the individual category. For the group category, we just have 1. So I think we'll make do with this one. The way I wanted to pronounce it, I rebuke King Jesus. I wanted to say something. All right. So, Gray L. No, you have no contestants. So, you are taking the spot for the group category. A round of applause for them, please. A round of applause. All right. For the individual category, we are going to liaise with the judges, and then based on what you have presented, of course, we'll know where to come in terms of funding, technical support, mentorship. And also for the group category, you are going to be supported with a CAC registration, limited liability, not business name, limited liability. Yes.
All right, come again.
Limited liability.
No. For the
individual category.
Yes.
So we'll come in with support in terms of funding to a certain extent.
Okay.
To see where we can come, and then technical support, any other support that the judges would work hand in hand with them in order to actualize your dreams. And then for the group category, the basic price that comes with it is your CAC registration, and then any other support that comes from it. And then we're going to give the second runner-up for the individual category. We're going to put you under mentorship with Louis, the first presenter. He said he's going to mentor you for free on wealth creation.
A round of
free
applause.
Mentorship. Yes. First runner-up for the individual category. So you are going to be mentored free of charge. And what he needs is diligence, discipline, integrity. He's going to give you your full support. So I think I'll leave that for now, and then we'll communicate other issues later on the main platform. Thank you very much.
All right. I think all right. So while we are deliberating on one or two, we have some little prizes to be won, which we still have pending. If I'm talking about prizes and you're looking at your time, I believe you have more valuable prizes outside. But we cannot take these prizes away. We have to give them away. Oh, we should do giveaway? Giveaway? If you want giveaway, somebody said that the 2,000 naira you work for is better than the 500,000 naira they dash you. Don't you believe? All right, all right. So while we're deliberating on that, the second icebreaker, quickly, just, yeah, so while we're deliberating on that, shut down. Sorry? She wants what?
Hello. Okay. Sorry, I have an update. Please, a round of applause. So, I said we all are winners, right? So, our judges, in their discretion and magnanimity, have said that they are going to give support. But this is not going to be for free. It's not going to be for free. So, in other words, we are going to use the way we have been doing it.
Are you ready? Are you ready?
So, in the Youth Empowerment Fund, we give you, let's say, for instance, 200,000. You tell us that in 1 year, in 2 years, or in 6 months, this is how much you are going to be realizing, and then you refund us back based on a comfortable payments plan. That is how we're going to do it. So for Eno and Grace, on your business, you have free CAC registration, limited liability, and support of 200,000 naira.
You know, already cash is flowing.
So for Abigail, you're going to be supported with 100,000.
You know? You see, they said you're a winner, you did not
And
believe.
Chisom, you'll be supported with 200,000 naira. So let me tell you, there's a process to this. You're going to fill a form. There are forms that you're going to fill. And then we're going to do a lot of evaluation, monitoring, accountability to ensure that the business is profitable. And you're going to pay back at your own convenient time when your business is on autopilot. You should use that word. So please, a round of applause to our judges.
At this point, you should stand up and be clapping for them. All right.
Lastly, for the others, if you think you want to grow your business and you can't grow your business to profitability, make an application. We're going to put the application form on the platform, apply, and then we'll consider you for funding as well. Please, that means all of us are winners, right? A round of applause.
All right, thank you. I've heard of seminars and the rest where before you gain access, they tell you entry fee is 10,000, some 5,000, some 50,000, depending on the category. This is the first I have ever seen that you come, admission is free, and you go home with something. In fact, you go home with support. So, would you want us to have this again sometime next year? I'm not hearing you. Do you want us to have this again next year? All right. So you encourage as many persons as possible to join us next year. Online, in the WhatsApp group, we'll send some updates. If you have questions, you could put them up on the WhatsApp group. And further inquiries, also, you could reach out to Gabriel. You could reach out to Mr. Isaac. You could reach out to Kenneth Chuku. You could reach out to myself for further inquiries and other discussions, please.
Did we know what the winner won for the individual category? No idea. Okay, the winner won himself 200,000 naira as cash prize. A round of applause.
Wow. Now I feel that I should have declined when I was selected to coordinate this program, and I should have pitched. No, it should have been between me and you. Okay. All right. So at this point, we have kept our guests, our judges, for a long time, and we would like to give a vote of thanks. Okay. We would like to give a vote of thanks now. I would like, who would, I need a female. Who would volunteer to give a vote of thanks? The happiest female. You, right? You just got funded, right? Of course, you should be happy. A round of applause.
Thank you very much, our distinguished, I don't know if I should say guests or speakers. It was a good time having to learn a whole lot from this seminar. I didn't even know I would write so much, but I learned a lot and I had a lot of advice. And then leaving here with money and all the knowledge that I've gotten, I just want to say thank you very much, and we hope to have this as soon as possible again. Thank you.
I don't understand as soon as possible. We say next year, you say as soon as possible. All right, so closing prayer. Our brother Israel.
Let us pray. In Jesus Christ's name we pray. Lord in heaven, we thank you for today. Thank you for seeing us through this program. We say, may your name be glorified, O God, in Jesus Christ's name. We ask that all we've learned, Lord, today will not just be that we just heard, but we'll put it into work in Jesus Christ's name. The knowledge we've gained, O God, we ask, Lord, may you help us, Lord, for that to put it to work, O God, in Jesus Christ's name. Those, Lord, who have been supported, Lord, may you give them the knowledge and what it takes, Lord, to make what they've been giving, Lord, to yield increase, O God, in Jesus Christ's name. Those who were here, Lord, to impact us, Lord, I ask, Lord, may you bless them abundantly, O God, in Jesus Christ's name. The youths forum, O God, bless us all in general, O God, in Jesus Christ's name. So we go home, Lord, go with us. Keep us from evil, O God, in Jesus Christ's name. Thank you, Lord, for hearing our prayers. In Jesus Christ's name we pray.
Amen. I would expect that for those of us that have been funded or that will be funded, by this time next year when we are having this program, you would have doubled the funds, you know. The talents would have increased from 5 to 10. Yes. Yes, please. We would like to have a group photograph, please. Thank you. Inside the lights. Let's do outside, please. Outside. All right, group photograph, please.